Good morning. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, we are higher right now in the cattle complex after being retracing a little bit here this morning. Tell me what you're making of trade here today.
It's a good question, Lacey. We've seen this thing all over the board here today. We've seen these April feeders as high as 371.02, and once we cracked that 371 mark, it just kind of started falling back here. We've traded about a $5.27 range here from our lows to our highs. Our low is 365.75. That was also our open price, so an open price low here, pretty much all the feeder complex across the board. But as we started about a half hour, 45 minutes ago, we've kind of really backed off our highs here, and we started kind of slipping back here a little bit. So I'm not sure if that's tied to the box beef. Box beef was down 57 cents here on the choice and down 52 cents on the select, or if that was due to yesterday's index numbers coming in. They were down 44 cents at 374.57 with a daily average of 371.70 on 5,103 head, and that average price was $1.06 lower than last week, but there were only 416 head last week due to the weather. We did see Kingsville at 376. Beaver put in almost 2,000 head at 367, and today Bassett has 2,000 head. Dodge and El Reno both have 3,500 head. The lineup this week is not as good as last week, so the index, could lose a buck or two here over the next couple of days. I know everybody says they got to be higher, but they're not going to go up every day, and they can't go up every day. Otherwise, it's not going to be good for the market health in the long term. On the live cattle side of things here, we're up $1 here in these April live cattle. Our high was 244.57. Our low was 241.37 right there on the open, right on the open. We punched that low there, and then we started pushing higher. But we've traded about a $3.20 range here in these fats as well, and we're sitting right in the middle. So no cash bids or offers anywhere as far as live cattle go.
Well, thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted with a look at our midday trade here on the Rural Radio Network.
This is the Blue Jacket Buzz. She chose to pursue something completely unfamiliar for her supervised agricultural experience, and she ended up loving it so much that it followed her to college.
And so I landed on beekeeping, which was kind of a surprise to a lot of people around me.
Libby Macklin is a former member of the Blue Hill FFA chapter and now attends the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
The FFA has just been a really big part of my life and a really big part of my beekeeping.
And now in college, Libby doesn't exactly live the typical college lifestyle.
I was back for a weekend in September harvesting honey. I harvested 9 gallons of honey in 2 days. So it was a lot, but with the help of my family, it's been really manageable.
This is the Blue Jacket Buzz, presented by the Nebraska FFA Foundation and the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. Rooted in tradition, driven by innovation, leading Nebraska agriculture.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network for a check of your markets. Soybean futures gapped sharply higher this morning, trading as much as 50 cents higher when President Trump posted on social media that he had completed a lengthy call with President Xi of China. The president mentioned a number of issues discussed, including an increase in the volume of soybeans purchased from the United States in the current season to 20 million metric tons, up from the 12 million tons in the original agreement, in addition to 25 million tons agreed to for the next year. Corn futures rose higher with beans after the news was first announced, but are back under some pressure from increased rains happening across Argentina and sharply lower ethanol production last week. The USDA did report a 5.1 million bushel flash sale export sale to unknown buyers early this morning, and wheat futures are lower under some continued pressure with huge world supply. March corn is up 1.5 at 4.30. May up 1 3/4 at 4.37.5. March soybeans up 26.5 at 10.92 1/4. May up 27.5 at 11.04 3/4. March Chicago wheat down 2 3/4 at 5.20. May down 2 at 5.35 3/4. Kansas City March wheat down 3 3/4 at 5.31. May down 3 1/4 at 5.43.5. March soybean meal up 4.90 at 2.96.80. March bean oil up 90 cents at 55.39. February live cattle are up 77 cents at 241.10. April up 90 at 242.52. March feeders up 335 at 371.27. April up $3 at 368.87. April lean hogs up 47 at 98.62, and May down 12 at 101.80. That's a check of your markets. You're listening